about 8, 9 years ago. It was a headline. I'm going to think of the exact headline. Bankers give immigrants helping hand with housing loans. And it had the Bank of America housing loan heads. I remember this because I read the article on air probably 15 times or more. He said, oh, yeah, citizens have got to have good credit and all their IDs, but immigrants, especially from Mexico, we want to give them a helping hand. We're just going to give them the housing loan. Why is that? To bring in groups that'll politically vote to take the guns, politically vote for socialism, because they're taught in Mexico that's how you fight. The establishment has become socialist. That's the only form of revolution down there. There it is. Banks open doors to new customers, illegal immigrants. Associated Press. That was Wall Street Journal. You were actually able to find that? Print that for me, brother. What year is that from? 2005. You actually found it, Jordan. I haven't been able to find that in years. Print that for me. Unbelievable. Good job. Anyways, and I learned about this at Bank of America. You know, as soon as this lady retires, and she's very close to retiring, she's an old family friend, she listens to the show every day, I'm going to get her in here, and she will tell you the stories. If they don't get the Social Security number exactly right by accident in a form, Homeland Security shows up and threatens to arrest everyone. I mean, they have it all computerized. Illegal aliens, folks, can butcher goats in their bathrooms, and they're told you leave them alone. And again, I don't dislike the illegals, folks. Western culture in the U.S. is pretty much Spanish. Cowboy hats, the food, the whole shoot-'em-up deal. I mean, this is part of the Southwestern culture. It's that they've imposed a globalist culture over it. I mean, here's an article on drudgereport.com right now. Study, 6-to-1 liberal bias in Hispanic TV news. It's not liberal. It's take my guns, take my kids, vaccines are the law, government's God, freedom is bad. I'm sick of it. That's a major study that's out that Politico is reporting on. Univision, Telemundo, skew liberal. The main U.S. Spanish language news program, skew liberal on domestic issues, and spent most of their time in the past few months covering the new health care law, saying how great it was, immigration reform, blah, blah, blah. And so that's the type of garbage that we're looking at here. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And it's total discrimination because the globalist folks want a red carpet for illegals. Red carpet. See, when I see a story about all the people living in houses and people renting houses out, folks, this country was built on somebody buying a big colonial-style 2-story house with big porches all around the top, and daddy goes out and works to have a steady paycheck at the factory, and mama takes care of the kids, cleans the house, and cooks food for the 7 guys that live, and the old lady that live upstairs or live downstairs, and it's a boarding house. And that's how America operated. Everybody didn't always just have, you know, a 2-story house and 3 cars and go on all these vacations. Everybody just didn't have all this money. And that's how most Americans made it, was they got a room somewhere. And from what I've read and people I've talked to and traveling salesmen and folks I know, talking to old great uncles before they died, they'd travel the country and stay at boarding houses. And it'd be fun. You'd cook dinner down there and nice people and play poker or cards after dinner and smoke a pipe out on the porch. That's what America's all about, ladies and gentlemen. And they take that and they make that dirty and bad. And I will assure you, the people in the comments are like, well, we got to stop the illegals. The illegals are above the law with drinking and driving and with everything else until this country goes belly up. Then they're not going to be above the law. I said I'd go to your calls. We will go to your calls in the next segment throughout the next hour. It's just that, see, I see one article about the 4th Amendment being gutted. It's happening all over the country under Gen 21. And they sell it like we're going to clean the town up. No, they're getting rid of property rights and the 4th Amendment, and it's a nightmare. And the illegals are above the law, and they get to have housing loans when you don't. Now, that's discriminatory. And it's because the Ford Foundation finances and controls Spanish-run media. Biggest owner of TV stations for Spanish in the country isn't even Hispanic. And what does he run billboards in L.A.? Saying California is now Mexico. Basically, gringos get out. We've covered that article. Take the American flags down. Gringos are bad. The last thing they want is Hispanics, whites, and everybody getting along, which is really happening. This is race-based garbage, folks, and we can't put up with it anymore. We're going to come back and go to Noble Patriot, Pete, Justin, Rage, Josh, and others. Briefly, the new magazine. Last month, we did The War Against Men with John Wayne on the cover. This month, we have Justin Bieber. No, that's not Justin Bieber. That's, what's that idiot's name? Hannah Montana. What's her name now? Miley Cyrus merged with Marilyn Monroe, and it's The War on Women, explaining how they're putting chemicals, biologicals in your food, in your water, how they're manipulating you, what fake feminism is, how to truly empower women, a.k.a. Annie Oakley 2.0. It's all in there. Very proud of it. You can buy it in bulk at cost. Big 64-page. I'm sorry, it's 68-page. I keep big, glossy color magazine. Great way to wake up women in your area about how they're being hit. Give this to your local Brainwash Now member today. It may be time to deprogram, folks. InfoWarsStore.com to get this info weapon in bulk. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. Stay with us.
Jessica Armand here, creator of My Magic Mud, the all-natural teeth whitener and strengthening remedy that's getting rave reviews from GCN listeners. Here's what Austin dentist Dr. Griffin Cole has to say about it.
I really love this Magic Mud product. Because charcoal is so absorbent, it's very effective at taking off all the sticky plaque and debris that gets stuck on our teeth every day. I highly recommend My Magic Mud.
Visit mymagicmud.com to hear the full interview with Dr. Cole. Get your jar today. That's mymagicmud.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
What I'm about to tell you is based on information obtained from a little-known government document called FT900. This bombshell government document contains evidence on what I believe will cause the next 9/11. I've just posted a video at www.next911exposed2.com that not only analyzes the contents of this document, but it walks you through the exact timeline of how and when this 9/11 event is scheduled to occur. Just like 9/11 had a lasting impact on our society, this event will reshape America. It will swipe trillions off markets and retirement accounts everywhere and destroy the way of life of millions of unprepared Americans. But it will also trigger what promises to be the biggest wealth transfer in the history of our nation. But you only have a few weeks left to take all the necessary steps to protect yourself and your family. Just visit www.next911exposed2.com to view my newly released video. Again, that's www.next911exposed2.com before it's too late.
Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gate, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filters today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139. Going right to your phone calls. If you just joined us, I'm your host, Alex Jones. We're here Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Back weeknights, 7 o'clock Central, InfoWarsNews.com to find all the details there. The nightly news, folks, is very well produced, very focused, condensed 30 minutes. We're very proud of it. And Leanne walked with me this morning. I'm very, very honored that she remembered this. This is the 1-year anniversary of her working here. And her and Jakari and David Knight and our other great reporters, John Bound, and, of course, folks like Darren McBreen and Paul Watson and just everyone here, Kurt Nimmo, Don Salazar, everybody. The folks behind the scenes like Marcos Morales. I'll never go to your calls, start thanking all the crew. The entire crew do an incredible job, especially the radio/TV crew. This is live, and they're on their toes. On their toes for 2 hours before the show and 3 hours during it. But I want to talk about hoaxes. I mean, just the magnitude of the hoaxes that survive off the public's ignorance. And that's why the government teaches 2 + 2 = 5. And I do have that 1984 quote. I'll read it at the start of the second segment next hour to re-kick off the topic. Are we planet hoax? How do you fight these hoaxes that are so huge? The lies that are so big, they're hard to even comprehend, much less deal with. And what do you think of Obamacare and where it's going on this April Fool's Day? Let's go to Justin in Texas. Thanks for calling in, Justin. You're on the air.
How's it going, Alex?
Good, brother. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
Well, the hoax I was calling about is a couple of days ago, I got a call, and I answered, and the guy was like, hey, you want a package and stuff, you know? And I was like, you know, I didn't know anything about a package. And I told him I wasn't interested, and he told me F you and hung up. And so, you know, I was like, that was weird. So I call it back, and then I leave a message saying, hey, I'm really interested in your package. And he calls me back next morning. I'm all acting like I'm interested, you know. And then he starts digging for personal information. And as soon as he asked, he was like, I mean, how old are you? And I was like, you know, I'm old enough to know that this is the worst scam I've ever seen in my life. And he literally tried to cuss me out for like 2 minutes and said that if I hang up right now, I can call somebody else and just get all their information. So, I mean,
so you were, was it a navigator that called you?
I have no clue who it was. It said it was from Jamaica. The number was from Jamaica. And it was like JM Exchange.
Well, that's the thing, is third world countries are just bombarding the U.S. because we are known as suckers worldwide, the most gullible, quite frankly. It's not that we're all gullible, but on average, we're like the right whale. Do you know the story of the right whale?
No, sir.
You know why it was called the right whale?
No.
Well, I appreciate your call. Let me tell you that story, and then we're going to go to break and come back with more calls, which fits into Planet Hoax and Obamacare. The right whale would come over and snuggle boats. The right whale was friendly, gregarious, sweet, liked humans. If they see you out swimming, they'll come over and start nuzzling you lovingly. They're very, very fat and have a lot of blubber that had the whale oil they needed to light lamps. It was the invention of other types of oil and discovery of oil that helped whales not become extinct. And they hunted them down, they think, to just less than 100. And they're back in the thousands now. Other whales would run when they saw ships. Other whales would dive deep when they saw ships. Sperm whales would run when they saw ships. They would try to smash up the rowboats, a.k.a. Moby Dick. Not the right whale. They would swim at the harpoons. And that's America. We were more like a sperm whale 100 years ago. We now behave like a right whale. Fat, dumb, and happy, and never saw a harpoon we didn't want to swallow. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the bottom line on that. And, of course, we're talking about Obama when we talk about kind of stuff right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come right back with more of your phone calls straight ahead. It's Planet Hoax, April 1st. Hope you like Obamacare, suckers.
Thank you for listening.
If you don't, you're racist. We have the article proving it.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
In the last 50 years, iodine has been phased out of our staple foods and replaced with the halogen bromine, a practice now banned in nations around the world. Guess what else is in the halogen family? Fluoride. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. In 1924, the federal government did the right thing and encouraged salt producers to add iodine. It's the good halogen on the periodic table, and the results are on record. Reports documented a 15-point IQ increase in areas that had previously been deficient in iodine. Bottom line, iodine is important. Unbound, clean, in a glycerin base. Nascent iodine was the answer for myself and my family. You will find Survival Shield Nascent Iodine exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWars Life Survival Shield Nascent Iodine isn't just for emergencies. I take it every day. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.